Junaid is live. All right.
Alrighty, boys and girls and everyone else, welcome back here for another episode. God, I had something and then I scrolled away from it. God, what kind of fucking start was that?
That's
Jesus
the prepared
Christ.
for nothing special, my friend.
Oh boy.
All right, let me try an intro.
Okay,
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it, Nate. Hear your intro.
Hello, guys and gals, and everyone in between and outside. This is the Prepared for Nothing podcast. I am Jay. We got Justin and Connor here with some great stories for you to listen to.
Not bad. Covers
Go
everything.
ahead, Justin.
I like it. I love it. Want some more of it. Junaid, you asked a long time ago in our little thread of topics how to become a homeowner in 2021. I've been thinking about that recently a lot, and I think there's only one option, and it is to kill your parents and take their shit.
The feudal system.
Dog, ain't
The
nobody out
usurper
here.
system.
Dog, I'm out here paying, like $1,400-1,500 a month on rent, and I could go get a mortgage, and they'd be like, "You can't afford $1,000 mortgage." Like, wait, but what? Like, I'm paying way more than that already.
Yeah.
So I don't think so. I think that's the only way you can realistically do it, or move out.
You know
to...
what else is crazy? Like
What?
the amount of inflation of like homes, like how much they cost now, is unbelievable.
Oh, absolutely.
I remember the housing crisis in
Yeah,
Vegas. It was insane. It actually became so bad as that majority of the houses in Vegas that were never resold are still to this day just vacant houses. There's I think 10% of homes in Vegas are vacant houses.
Really?
Yeah, and so there's a massive squatter issue.
I was gonna say.
And then the other thing is there's a massive grow issue. So there was a house down the street from me for the longest time that became a meth lab. And that's why they eventually sold it, because it had become a meth lab 3 times over.
Right.
And there's just we have to sell this house to someone or it's just going to keep becoming a lab.
And now it just grows weed? Do you say like a grow problem?
Well, now it can legally grow weed.
Oh.
But
That's what I thought you meant when they...
Well,
when you said
before weed was legal, there was a lot of grow labs. And then now that it's legal, there's no point to it. I mean, there's still illegal weed grow labs because I think under the guidelines, you're only allowed to have 2 plants.
Gotcha.
So people still have a basement full kind of deal and sell. But there's...
Wonder if they do those commune things like they do out in California too, where you can only have 2 plants, but if you get 50 people who all pay evenly on a spot, you can put 100 plants.
Yeah, there's
there, and then
you'd have to put 50 names on a lease or some shit.
Yes, that's the weird way they
Yeah.
get away with it or something like that.
Yeah, you can technically do that. It's just you'd have to have the sellers agree to it kind of deal.
Sounds like a lot of work.
It would be. But that's one of those weird things. I mean, in California, it's pretty easy to do if you have a warehouse.
Right.
Because you can easily throw 50 names on a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other loophole there is too is I don't think it's measured by number of plants. I think it's actually measured by ounces produced by plant.
Right.
So you could have 500 plants, but if you can prove you're only collecting X amount of ounces a month from it,
get on a good cycle and you can get a little more.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Or something.
How to sell drugs on the Prepared for Nothing podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna play.
Well, back to
game.
buying a home.
Oh, back to buying a home. Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah. I guess the number one best way to do that is save your money, because a first-time home buyer, you're looking at a house.
You're cutting out.
At least in most places,
Nate, you're cutting out.
around $400,000.
I think it's catching up now.
And
5 minutes in and we can't hear Junaid.
I think it caught up.
are we in now? Are we good?
Yeah.
We're
No?
good. We're good.
Okay, cool. So you basically need either you do 0% down, 3.5%
Hey, Junaid.
down, or 10%
Hey,
It's
Junaid.
going
down.
again.
Junaid.
The best
Junaid.
way to do
Junaid.
it is really just to do
Junaid.
10%.
Junaid.
What's up? Yeah.
We're losing
Yeah.
you again. You either need to move spots or you should disconnect from the call and reconnect real quick because it is not getting you good.
Let's see if he comes back.
Let's see if we can get back.
He's back.
Junaid, do you want to continue on your Papa J's home lecture?
If we can hear him.
Can we hear him?
I can't hear him.
I cannot either. Can you hear me now? We'll make up a song.
This is the I Can't Hear Junaid song.
I sing this song when I can't hear Junaid. Come on.
I'm back.
Oh, he's
I'm back.
He's back.
You're back.
All right, cool. Back to what I was saying.
Pop.
You need 10% down, so that's $40,000, and you need to prove income of 200% of your mortgage payment, 200 to 300% of your mortgage payment. So at a $400,000 home, you're looking at a mortgage payment at about $1,800, $1,900. So you need to be making $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Junaid, because I'm only 5'8", if I built a house that wasn't like as tall as other houses, just was like a little bit shorter ceilings, would that cost me less money?
Okay, so that's different. If you're buying like land to build a home on, that'll be a lot cheaper.
But then you got to build the home.
I also have to build another studio room for Connor because he's kind of tall, so
Yeah.
I can't do all short rooms.
Well, at least I sit.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want you to hit your head when you stand up. You're like trying to do good things here, but you don't need more than a room. You know what I mean?
Have you guys seen those 3D printed homes?
That'd be cool. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
They do them with like printing like
Cement.
cement.
Yeah, it's like a 3-man job, and all they do is just like put the door frames in, and it
hold
just
them up
cement.
around it. That's dope as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this big cement jig. Like imagine like a 3D printer the size of a house to build a house.
Yeah, I saw one. Those things are pretty dope. I wonder how much that costs
and
how feasible it is to like move. Do they move the printer?
Yeah, so the printer is like a full setup breakdown on a big flatbed kind of deal.
Okay.
But it's like setting up a stage, like an amphitheater stage for a concert. A lot of the stuff looks like the same kind of scaffolding.
Right.
But I think the homes are roughly about 220,000 on average. Now, these are all California homes though, so account for that too. But I just think they look weird because you can see like the ridges, like the ribs of each time it goes around.
Okay.
So your house looks ribbed.
Yeah, you can see each little each layer.
The other interesting thing too, and we're gonna figure this out soon, is how earthquake safe they are. Because I know cement tends to liquefy during earthquakes, in certain ways.
If it's not hardened, so like natural cement in the ground will like liquefaction, and like the water will come out of it, and then it all just sinks, and then the ground like all sinks in.
Yeah.
But that'll happen in Salt Lake at some point.
But there's like no internal reinforcements on these walls, so you could probably like take a wall down with a sledgehammer pretty easily.
Damn. I kind of want one now.
Yeah. Then they just like craned the roof on.
Damn. Sinead, what did you want to be when you grew, like when you were a little kid? What did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a car washer.
Car washer?
Yeah.
What kind of cars?
Dude, I was just really into cars, and I went to this really fun car wash where you get to squirt the washer stuff on your car, and then I would just do that. I'd be like, I really like washing cars. I'd see like all the guys working as like a team. Somebody's like polishing up tires, other guys doing like chrome and finishers. One guy's doing all the glass. I'm like, oh, that's super fun. That's super cool. And then I got a job as a professional detailer at a unnamed Toyota dealership in Salt Lake, and I did all that work by myself, and I was underpaid.
You did not like it as much when you got there.
Yeah, I did all of the work by myself. I mean, I got in amazing shape because it was a huge lot, and I would run back and forth, and I would go from like even from the grooves on the tire to the roof rack. I would shine, polish, clean, protect every single part of the car, and I would get paid $12 an hour.
Oof.
Heck yeah, dude.
Oof.
Sounds like they're
I got in
overpaying you a
amazing
bit.
shape though. I got in amazing shape though. Like
The
my
payment's
shoulders
the
were
workout.
built. I was super healthy. I was 160 pounds.
Yeah, I don't know what you're complaining about, dog. It sounds like it was pretty good for you.
Oh yeah, and then when I'm not washing cars, I had to organize old tires, and there was this huge wall of tires, and you had to organize them just perfectly so that like the pallet truck can come and pick them up and take them. And yeah, that would get you in real good shape too.
Were you flipping like giant tires, or were you flipping the little ones, like pretending you were cool, like
All
the
of
big
them.
heavy ones, just like Hulk out?
Dude, even a small one, if there are 200 of them, you'll get a really good workout. And then when I'm not doing that, they're like, all right, clean the mechanic shop, which is like a warehouse because it's a huge dealership. I'll be like, all right.
Damn. What about you, Connor?
I was a garbage man
You were
mentality
into
for the
the
longest
garbage
time.
man.
Yeah, I'd see the garbage trucks and be like, that looks awesome.
That looks
I
dope,
want to do
dude.
that. I think in order to do that now, though, especially in Vegas, you got to be in the mob.
Really?
Yeah, because they own the garbage company for the longest time.
Salt Lake's pretty easy. I actually looked into it for a little bit just because I realized how well they actually get paid.
The sanitation engineers.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
have like a lot of upward mobility, and it's actually like a pretty decent career to get into.
Have you seen those photos of like the chief of staff for sanitation engineers that look like something between the Boy Scouts and the Navy?
No.
Yeah, they have like a uniform with a sash and like a shit ton of medals on them.
That's awesome.
And they have like the little police officer hat that's like the thin rim with the little jaunt up.
Yep.
Kind of looks like the captain's hat.
Jesus.
So they'll show like the people, it's like a bunch of old men with like beards. And they're like the chief sanitation engineers of whatever town they're in.
Oh my gosh.
They'll wear like the white gloves too of the Marines. It's just like an amalgamation of every military formal uniform.
Looking just like the old man scouts.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to invent.
Yeah.
Like old scouts for old men. Like not Boy Scouts, but like old man scouts.
My dad was in something similar to that. So he joined this thing called it was basically just the Mountain Men. So it was like fur trappers.
Okay.
And everyone went out and they would have like, you'd camp out somewhere and there'd be like competitions of shooting a muzzleloader, throwing a tomahawk, throwing a spear, throwing a throwing knife, and then archery. And everyone would go out and do this stuff, and then they'd have like ceremonies and potlucks and things like that. But it kind of went downhill because like they're all just bored old super conservative men that want nothing more than to just start shit.
They want to start a fight.
Yeah, so they'd start like a newsletter, and it would be like all the info about, you know, upcoming events, and at the very bottom it's just like the guy just brain dumping his entire opinion on like Biden or Bernie or Trump or anything like that.
They're so bad. Them presidents.
Yeah. They're
Dumb.
like all vets too.
Old dudes are weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to get there. Do you guys have any like old guy tendencies?
I got a tremor.
Got a tremor? No, my wife one day when a couple years ago when I was living in Logan, these kids would walk down the street. Whoa there, Sinead. Nice.
The motorcycles are back.
All right. These kids would
Yep, they're back.
these kids would walk back from school and they would cross the street right in front of my house, and then they would always just stop at my yard and then just like sit down and start playing in my yard. And they weren't doing anything wrong, but every time I'd see them, I'd just sit there and start watching them out the window. Kel one day was like, I watched you stand there for 10 minutes with like your face out the window staring, looking at these kids, mumbling to yourself like, yeah, you better just fucking stay over on. It's like, God damn it, I'm the oldest man ever, just sitting over here bitching at the little kids just for stepping onto my property a little bit.
I was told you always have to. There's like a certain point when you need to work on your old man sitting down and getting up sounds.
Oh yeah, the grunts, dude.
Yeah.
Those are important.
Signifies power.
Yeah, I'm experiencing aging in a kind of different way. My testicles have definitely gained a inch on their dangle.
What the fuck?
Just old man stuff.
Just old man stuff, dangly testes, huh?
I'm like, how did this happen?
Oh, jeez.
They used to be tight and fit, and now they're just sad and dangly. They get caught in everything. Even boxer briefs don't work sometimes.
Damn, dude. Sounds like it might be a little too warm out there.
It might be.
I think you need to get back to a cold
It's pretty hot.
environment.
That was one of those things. When I got my shot and I was experiencing like the day after chills and stuff like that, it's just like, man, this sucks. Then for a second, it's like, oh, I can test that thing. And I reach down. It's just like, does my dick and balls feel stiff and cold and like turtled, or is it like loose and dangly?
You're like, use science, bitch.
It's just like, oh, it works. This is neat. Okay, I'm gonna go back for the next 3 hours feeling like shit.
Oh, yay, balls test. Oh, boy. I don't even know what I wanted to be when I was fucking little. I just wanted to do any cool thing that I was doing at the time, like professionally. If I was playing football that season, I wanted to be a professional football player. And then when it was off season and I was skateboarding, I wanted to be a, professional skateboarder. That's all I ever did. Here I am trying to do a podcast. Nothing ever changed. Yo, I put out on fucking Instagram the other day, actually, because I'm about to turn 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to learn how to do a kickflip before I turn 30.
Okay.
I'm about turning 29 here, like, next month. And then I'll have a whole year to learn how to do a kickflip, because I figured, why not, before 30?
Yeah.
And I got, like, hit up by a bunch of people. One of my homies, whose brother and roommate is a professional skateboarder, was like, dude, I'll give you a free board and you can come over anytime. I'll show you how to do it. Had two other kids that I know that were like, yeah, dude, you got this. Like, I'll come show you if you need help, because they're pretty good skaters. And then this girl who lived across the street from me my entire life, like just across the street, just messaged me and was like, you're going to break your arm. I was like, whoa, chill out, dude. Like, I'm just going to make this trick. And she's like, no, you better make sure you have good health insurance. I've watched you your entire life try and land a kickflip, and you haven't. It's been 29 years now. Give up. And I was like, whoa. Everyone else is out here giving me some support and some love. And she was straight up just like,
Eat shit.
nah, eat shit. Don't do it. You're going to die. I've watched you. You can't do it. Just give up now. I was like, damn, no. I wouldn't do that shit. She's like, no, you're not. You're going to break your arm. Like, fuck. But I am.
I
So
remember,
mark my words, podcast. You might see some videos of me trying to learn how to do some kick flips
I
one
remember we had
day.
to buy my sister a skateboard because she was dating a skater for a while and she wanted to learn how to skate. So she took my longboard and was riding around with him on that. And then she like came home just absolutely covered in like abrasion marks on every single limb kind of deal. It's like, what happened? It's like, he was trying to teach me how to do a kickflip. And it's like, on the longboard?
Oh
It
Jesus!
was like, well, yeah. It's like, you're a fucking idiot.
No, what the hell?
We're going to Walmart. Buying you a cheap skateboard because this is probably going to end the second you guys break up. So
This fad will last until next week.
yeah.
I'm really good on a penny board, but I'm nervous to step on a skateboard because they don't like turn the same way, and I'm gonna just beef it. But whatever, I'm learning to kick
How do
flip.
you turn on a penny board?
They're really, really crazy loose trucks, and the board
Oh.
is flimsy. So
Okay.
where a longboard has like really aggressive wide turns you have to take,
Yeah.
penny board you can see a rock like
Mhm.
6 inches in front of you and like squirrel around it all quick,
Okay.
which is really nice. But you can't really do that with like a regular skateboard.
Yeah. Skateboards, I know a lot of the turning is like basically propping up
The board and
back,
turning
yeah.
it. Yep. But who knows? I'm gonna figure it out. So all these haters keep saying I can't do it. I'm gonna fucking.
Did you guys ever get into BMX?
I mean, I tried it a few times. That shit was hard.
The like really shitty looking scrap bikes.
I had a BMX bike.
Janae's really, really coordinated, by the way. So
Mhm.
he's like really good at this stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I remember
Oh, I'm not. Who are you talking about?
I remember a bunch of my friends though got really into BMX, and so they all bought the bikes, which they're just
With, like, the
raw
pegs and
outlines
all.
of bikes, and they cost more than like most normal bikes. They have
Right.
nothing on them.
Nope. No gears. No nothing.
Yeah, and
They're
they co-
heavy.
They cost a shit ton.
Uh-huh.
And so when they all started doing that though, one of our friends, his mom, took a life insurance policy out on him.
Jesus Christ. That's aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't think I could, like, I told my wife one day, I was like, the day you take out a life insurance policy on me, we gonna be having a talk. Like, what's your plans?
I'm gonna start sleeping one eye open.
And
kinda
how am
deal.
I gonna, how can I be in on it? Because this sounds like a good idea.
Take a life insurance policy out on you and Janaid, and then just start like coming here every day with fast food once you're both in the studio.
Yes. I used to have one. Just with like an old job had one included.
Mm. We're not responsible when you die.
It was only like 10 grand or something. Like insurance, it was really bad.
Yeah, with this much you can rent the area for the open casket, but you can't afford the casket, so we're just gonna
Yeah,
throw your
exactly.
corpse on the stage.
Exactly.
How much how much would you be worth, Janaid?
I'd say probably like 200, 300 grand.
That's pretty modest. I think you're being a little humble there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like assets and things like that. That's probably it.
Oh. I'm just thinking like, you know, I'm pretty dope, so I'm gonna say probably like 2 milli for me, just, you know. For lack of, you know,
Yeah.
IP in the world.
We're talking about like ideal funeral, no limiters on the amount.
No, not funeral. How much on a life insurance
Oh.
policy?
I honestly don't know. Let me think, because, like, if I remember correctly, the approximate life, or the approximate cost of a body is, like 80
Connor's really crunching numbers right now.
grand, roughly. So, I'd say about 100 grand would be,
Gosh, you guys are weak.
yeah?
Yeah.
It's the bare minimum.
That's bare minimum. Okay.
See, they're gonna use the money for the funeral, Or it's going to be a real quick process. Like, the second I die, I want them to throw me in a deep freezer. They're going to do the funeral thing, then excavate my body, take me back to the freezer, and then resell my shit on the black market to make up the
Okay.
cost of the funeral.
Why just not do the funeral, sell it all off the beginning, and just bank?
It depends on how early I die.
Mm.
If there's too many loved ones still alive, I'll have to do a funeral.
Yeah, we don't need to be like in the casket.
Yeah. They'd probably want something open.
That's fair. Junaid, what happens to you when you die? Like, what's the tradition? I know you got to be buried in like 12
Okay.
hours.
Oh, yeah, you have to be buried pretty quickly. Well, the Islamic way is like your body is washed, but it's washed underneath like a white sheet, so that like your modesty still stays with you, and it's usually like your family that does it, like your son or
Right.
someone of like the same gender
Right.
does it in your family. You're buried with like the same day, really, after you expire, if there are no other circumstances. But yeah, and then you're just wrapped in a white cloth, and then after that, your body is wrapped in a white cloth, face covered, and you're buried 6 feet underground. No casket.
I was going to say casket or no casket.
Yeah, no casket. I think in the U.S. you might be required to use a casket, but it's like a decomposable casket, and it needs to be like a specific Muslim-only cemetery for like zoning laws, and make sure that there's no like water leaching or any sort of um, bacteria or infectious growth that may affect like the drinking water supply or things like that. So,
That makes sense.
but yeah.
That makes
It's
sense.
a lot cheaper than a white wedding though, because
A white
usually
wedding?
the mosque does it for free. Oh no, a white funeral,
White weddings
an
are
American
pretty
funeral.
expensive.
Bro, you want to hear my plan for like the most extravagant, selfish funeral?
Love to.
So it would cost about a couple $1 trillion. Go
Whoa.
out to the Arctic, just absolutely cleave through the ice caps until we find solid ground in the Arctic. Once there, we're going to build a Giza-style pyramid there, and
All right.
enough like supplies in there is that I could basically live in it like a fallout bunker for the next 5 years. I go in there, door seals behind me for the next 5 years. I live in there until I die. We have a thermal nuclear device hidden within in case anyone tries to reopen it.
Okay.
So that there is now this permanent pyramid structure in the ice caps melted domain. The global warming wrecks the world. They can only blame me, and if they try and loot me, the explosion at that area will throw off the tilt axis of the earth, throwing everyone into an apocalyptic pandemic
Jesus
situation.
Christ. I was going to be like, maybe cremate me in, like a little burial plot. But
No,
damn.
selfish, and I'll take the world with me.
We all going down. I'm going down. You motherfuckers are too. Why only 5 years?
It's probably how long until I'd get bored.
Yeah, that would sound about right. Sitting in a bunker forever.
Get bored and blow your brains out.
Probably, yeah. That's the other thing, too. No one can get in to see how I die, so it can be as messy as I want it to be.
Oh, you want it to be messy?
I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, either I die fully intact or no remains found.
Wow. I don't know what I would do. Fire would suck. Something quick.
Quick.
Oh, I would want something where I could prank people. That's what I would want. So you said it's like 5 years and they eventually got to come in, right? You know what I mean? So I want to die in a way so that when they like they come in, I like swing down from the rafters or something, and levels hit them, and it's like
I'll dress up like a ghost before I die and tie myself into this tether system so when they open up, I come swinging in. Ooh.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I want to do. With
Just my dead body.
Just comes down and is just like giving
Oh
them the
god.
giving them the
Who had a bit about that?
It's a Christopher Titus.
Swear that's a
it's
bit.
a Christopher Titus bit about
Yes,
his dad's
The best
funeral.
part too is, like, I'd want to be some high up politician in the U.S. That way I could like get all this money together and funnel it into this, and it's gonna be super controversial. Like, I'll get in so much legal trouble for doing this, and then like
Jeez.
go and hide out there for 5 years to hide from my
Chillin'.
sentence. And they're gonna like come in and they're just gonna be like, once they see it's like, this was 4.2 trillion taxpayer dollars put to good use.
Where would you guys hide a body?
Bathtub.
A bathtub?
Yeah, just dissolve it.
Just dissolve it? Oh, that's so boring.
Oh,
Be
dude.
the easiest cover up.
But the thing is, with the chemicals that are involved to dissolve that,
Mhm.
do a number on the pipes, and you really got to do it someplace where the pipes can take it, and that's hard to know unless like you put it in yourself.
Yeah, this isn't Breaking Bad, Connor.
I do it in the guy's house, so it's not my problem.
Fuck. Okay, alright, fine. Where are you burying one, Sinead? Do you bury bodies?
Yeah, well, once you body, I mean, it sounds like it's not regularly or not ever really,
What?
not ever, not ever have I buried a body.
But if you did, I would do it. At
If
a
I did, I'd
cemetery.
probably find a Muslim cemetery and do it, and hire a couple guys there. Be like, yeah, this person just died, and because you got to bury it right away.
Yeah.
In America, it's a different story.
Go Hannibal Lecter style. Turn them into chili and like feed it to at the wake.
Oh no. Oh no, that sounds so disgusting.
I feel like he's with me now. He probably
Chili
is.
at a wake?
About
Isn't that
here.
like a knife and fork type of food?
Not here in America.
Nah, boy.
You can do chili and biscuits, boy.
Chili.
You ever go to a redneck funeral? They get catering from the Golden Corral.
This is a jeans affair, my friend.
Yeah, no, you show up in jeans
Oh
and a
my God.
button up, and if you're classy, you tuck it in.
Only half. Like
Only-
just the front.
only the
right
front,
front
yeah.
by your belt buckle.
You got the back hanging out like coattails.
Yeah, dude. Way too long. Oh, Jesus.
Everyone's still wearing their ball caps.
They'll be like camo trucker hats, I would think.
Or fishing, just something.
Yeah.
It's a ball cap in general.
Bass and like
Yeah.
Bass Pro
It's got
Shop.
the curve.
Yeah, really curved. Really trucker hat.
About half them have like the mesh back.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Then it's going to be in the front little part camouflage with some logo.
Yeah.
Real tree.
Fishing game, John Deere, or something.
Yeah.
Bass Pro.
We only like white people. Like one of those.
Velcro is my favorite accessory.
Hold up here.
I've seen some pretty funny redneck inventions with ball caps. Like, I've seen some women will like cut a hole at the
For
top
their
so they can
hair.
put their ponytail through, kind of deal.
That's badass.
It's like, just buy a visor.
Visors are pretty dope, dude.
I got a Bud Light visor.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish they weren't like so frat boy associated.
Oh, well, especially the Bud Light one.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, but like a backward visor, like that's pretty hip if you ask me.
I want to get
Throw
one of
on
those,
some
like,
puka shells and you're like fucking dude, hottest.
get
kid
like one of
on the
those
block.
clear green visors and like the dumb glasses with the chains that go off them and just sit somewhere with a
Okay, Hunter S.
calculator.
Thompson. Jesus.
people walking out. I'm doing taxes. I need you to give me space. You like set up a desk in the middle of a park.
Right. Junaid, what's your favorite kind of hat?
Favorite kind of hat?
Yeah, dude. I just said mine's a visor.
It's
I stand
probably
on that.
like it's like those flat brimmed hats that like
Fitted,
G Unit made popular.
fitted or snapbacks.
I prefer fitted for the look, but I like snapbacks for the comfort.
That's fair. For when your head feels fat one day. Got
Like,
that hangover.
like fezzes. Those things look pretty cool.
Fezzes? What are those?
I like the little red cup
It's a
hat.
Turkish hat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds pretty cool.
So have you ever seen like the Turkish army,
Yeah.
especially during like the world wars? They wore
Yeah.
those into battle. It's the weirdest thing because they're like bright red too, so it's a big X on your head.
It seems to just alert everyone where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they wear those for ceremonies.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember World War One. At the time was a big thing of like we're still gonna wear our very pompous Revolutionary era outfits using machine guns to fight each other.
Okay.
So like modern day,
Yeah.
camouflage didn't exist until World War Two. World War One, the French were still in like bright blue with medallions over them and like decorative helmets. The Italians were still wearing knight's armor into battle, which was wild.
I'm trying to find something, you guys, because I want to read it to you. I'm really hoping I just stumbled along it already.
And like a lot of the Americans still had like that Custard's mustache and like cutlass hat look going as they rode into battle for World War One. It was so weird. Then like World War Two came around and they're just like, yeah, we were getting easily spotted during trench warfare, so we're gonna put on camouflage, which really didn't do much because it's still trench warfare. If you see anything stick its head up, you shoot it, kind of deal.
Right.
But then like the Cold War came around and everyone cracked down on camouflage so hard. The whole idea of espionage was massive.
Traitorous assholes.
It's like, how can we make
Did
camo?
you see that Netflix documentary called Spycraft?
I've heard about it.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. You'll love it.
Okay.
Called what?
Is it like the Spy Kids toys?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. You just reminded me because we were talking like Ottoman stuff. Okay, so I saw this on Reddit a while ago. It's kind of crude. I'm gonna leave out the first sentence for you, Janine, because I love you.
No. Say the whole thing. Say the whole thing.
No. Yeah, just trust me.
Okay.
It's very disrespectful to your religion in the first line, and I don't think it really applies. It's from a Greek general in 1927 in the war for Greek independence to the Ottoman Empire.
Classic.
And it says, essentially, I'll summarize the first sentence. F your faith and your prophet. What do you think you're doing, cucks? Don't you have any shame in trying to negotiate with a Kodajah shit sultan? Let me shit on him and your visor and that slang word, something that I can't say, bitch. If I were alive, I will. If I were alive, I will fuck them, and if I die, they will fart my dick. General George Karasakias, signed 1827.
Okay.
It has in it at the
When
very
did he
end.
Die?
I don't know.
How did he die?
Did he just die like right after that?
Oh, he had a good laugh and just
No, I want to
croaked.
know how he died.
Okay, let me look this up here now. You're right. I just love the phrase there at the end, you will fart my dick. I think that's such an insult.
100 years later, and they are the economic burden of Europe.
I'm looking this up here. He died. Oh my god.
How do you go?
Oh, this doesn't make sense.
A heart attack from his boy orgy.
This actually says oh my god, you guys. He died 3 days later. It was signed April 20th, 1827, and he died April 23rd, 1827.
From what?
Oh, I'm trying to find that. Something in the Greek War. I'm assuming it's in the war. He probably got murked after he... Yeah, killed in action.
So, we've killed him. Do we fight on his dick?
Oh my god, Terrence. Oh yeah, I just got shot by a bullet.
It's lame.
Dude, so lame. Oh, so lame. That's just gonna be my new one though to tell people. Kind of a little bit rapey though. I should try and say that to somebody.
If you beat me in this game of basketball, you can fart on my dick.
Becomes
I mean, you gotta
like
be real. I mean, he's Greek, so I bet he's had a lot of farts on his dick.
Dude, it probably was too exhausted from his boy orgy the night before, is that he just got murked the next day in war.
Dude, she's just like, I fucking was getting so many dicks farted on. Like, I didn't know what to do.
You seen that thing about, like, the Greeks invented orgies being, like, the most sexually open groups, and then the Romans telling them they can include women?
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Ironically, I love fucking Greek people too, but that's just fucking too hilarious. Oh boy, what time are we at?
Oh, we're at 42.
Yeah, we all love Greek people.
Oh, you don't. Janae.
I like
Shut
Greek food, but I've never really met good people from there. A lot of them are very, like, pompous and full of themselves.
Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my favorite thing is
True.
they
That is
try
true of
so
every-
hard to claim they are not white.
Yeah.
It's just like, my man, you are fair skinned as fuck.
I'm olive. My skin is olive toned.
Yeah.
I went to a Greek school for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
In like 4th and 5th grade. A really small one.
Yeah.
Like 10 kids per grade. And the Greek people were hella nice to me. Way nicer than Mormon people were.
Yeah.
So I would go to Mormon church with my family on Sundays, and they'd be so weirded out, like, why do you go to a Greek school? I'm like, I don't know, they're fucking nice. And then I go to the Greek school.
It's because it was a Greek Orthodox school, man.
Yeah, I know. Then I go to the Greek school, and they're like, you're a Mormon kid, right? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, cool, we don't care. Come hang out. I was like, okay, sweet, thanks, guys.
The same kid though, for the longest time, he was the one where I had my first actual experience of, like, how disrespectful
Gay
white kids
orgy?
are to their families. No.
Okay.
Because I've seen, like, jokes about how, like, they'll go and beat the shit out of their parents or kill their parents kind of deal over, like, stupid, mundane shit. But this was the first time I'd actually seen someone aggressively disrespect their parents that much. I mean, it was over stupid stuff. We were all in a call one night playing, how were we playing? We were playing, like, Smite or something. And you can hear, like, the door open. And you don't even hear what they say, and he's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing in my room? Get the fuck out of my room, kind of deal. Like, really angry at them. And
Fuck you, Mom.
she's just, you finally hear the voice, it's like, Paul, listen. And he's like, no, fuck you, get out of my room, kind of. He's like, just listen. He's like, do you want a hot dog or a hamburger for dinner tonight? We're grilling them now. Do you want a hot dog? And he's like, fuck you, get out. He's just like, I'll come down in a second and tell you. It's like, we're grilling them now. I just need to know, do you want me to give you a hot dog or a hamburger?
Oh
That's all it was. And then, like, once she left, it was a total code switch back to, I'm playing video games now. What's up, guys? It's like, dude, you didn't even mute your mic.
What the fuck did you just say to her, dude?
Yeah.
My mom would have hit me.
Hey,
No,
do
my
that-
dad would have told my mom would have told my dad, and he would have hit me.
It sounds like that stupid Ed and Eddie skit.
Fuck, dude, Ed, and Eddie. I forgot about that show.
It's like Sarah will tell mom, and mom will tell dad, and dad will say, "Not now."
Junaid, have you bought any like white dad shoes yet?
Yeah.
Those off-brand
I
tennis shoes.
took my dad's shoes.
New Balances?
I took my dad's shoes. They're Reeboks, but they look just like New Balances.
Reeboks are just fine.
Yeah.
As long as they're in that like offshoot Nike category.
I'm trying to remember what that like off-brand Adidas is.
Dear new
Puma?
No, Pumas are nicer.
No, it's like
Adidas?
something like that. It literally looks like
Adidas.
fake Adidas, and it has a whole section at like Foot Locker.
I have no idea.
No, yeah.
Not Converse.
No. I always like Converse though.
Converse is like Converse shoes are good. They have some other trash shoes when they tried to go to like other type of sneakers.
Yeah. I always loved the concept that those were like the OG basketball shoes though. Mm-hmm. And they have like no support whatsoever. They were like the worst shoes to play sports in.
Once they figured out how to make like a decent pair of shoes.
Yeah.
I just heard there's a pair of Yeezys that sold for like $2.1 million. One single pair.
Yeah.
Most expensive shoes ever. I'm like, what the fuck?
I knew a guy that
What
would
size were they?
12.
Yeah. I knew a guy that would go to the like the pop-up shops that would open up at like 2 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Right?
And
Sell rare sneakers.
he'd get in line and he'd go in and he's just like he wouldn't even buy them for himself. He's just like, what do you have left? And they'll tell him, he's like, I'll take, this, and this, and like size 10 and 9. And he'd drop like almost $3,000. And then he would ask like, how much do you have left? And they'd tell him. And he'd go back and count the line. And he's just like, okay, they don't have enough left for you. So I will sell you these shoes for like price and a half kind of deal. And he'd basically just go and resell. And he'd buy like the general sizes of like size 10 in men's.
Right.
Because most guys are about that size.
10 or 11.
Yeah. And they'd always buy them.
Jesus.
He'd like walk home and he would have basically dropped $3,000 and then leave making like $1,000 profit.
Ron told me that he fucking bought a pair of shoes for $600
Jeez.
and wore them out to a basketball court the next day. It's like, you fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, stop it.
Most expensive thing I ever
That's
bought
way
was
too much for just shoes.
Yeah, the most expensive shoes I ever bought were like $90, and they were a pair of like double-laced Vans.
Okay.
In like middle school, I thought they were the coolest fucking thing, and like looking back at them now, they're like total Hot Topic shit looking.
Hot Topic's cool, dude.
I don't know.
It's coming back, bro.
And not in a good way. You been in there recently? Like half
No.
the stuff is like Doctor Who and Harry Potter now.
Really?
Yeah.
So they've gone away from like the little emo kid shop then.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's supposed to be in the same genre because like there'll be the back section that is still like band tees, and then like that little corner where it's still like the emo-esque clothing and like the chains and checkers kind of stuff.
Right.
But like you can still buy like a Post Malone and a Biggie Smalls and like a bunch of rapper shirts there.
So they've really branched out.
Yeah, like they got In Sync now, like a bunch of pop groups.
So there's like the ironic ones now too. And
maybe.
pop culture-y.
Yeah, it's total pop culture. They sell like Funkos now.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of superhero stuff. Yeah, it's like the goth aesthetic is just a corner now, and everything else is just pop culture shit.
Junaid, I know you've bought a lot from Hot Topic, right?
No,
Why?
man.
I feel like that would look good
No,
on you, dude.
man. No, dude. No,
Bro, let's
dude.
put you in like
No.
some chains and those like little wristbands that are like leather wristbands. Spike your hair.
Oh my god.
Bring back Janko jeans. Like real baggy with a bunch of cargo pockets, bro. You'll look sick.
Remember we bought the
No, man,
Invader Zone backpack? And we went over to our friend's
I've
house and like
I've
swapped everything in his
been
backpack
prep
over.
style.
What was that, Jade?
I said I've been prep style since the beginning. Shopped at Gymboree as a child,
Not,
then Gap and American
dude.
Eagle,
Would you give it?
and then now it's Polo. It's
Banana Republic.
button-up shirt.
We're gonna do a
It's
Janaid goth hot topic
definitely
like makeover.
God, that's hilarious.
Bro, I love
That's
the off-white jumpsuit
hilarious.
in that photo you sent us.
That's not a jumpsuit.
Yes.
You ain't denying that off-white Supreme look.
No. Not a jumpsuit. What's the name of that outfit again, Janaid?
It's called a shalbar kameez. Translated, it's pants and shirt.
Nice, dude. I like that. Fuck yeah. Simple, bro. It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be anything hard. That's how I'd have to actually describe a lot of my outfits.
Pants and shirt.
Yeah. It's kind of what you got going on. You
That's
know?
what we all have going.
Fuck.
Just start doing that. It's like learn pants and shirt in different languages and just be like, yeah, no, I'm actually wearing this today. It's like, oh, fancy. My finest linens.
Oh boy. Janaid, oh fuck, I was gonna. So can I do a goth makeover for you when you get back?
Yes.
You can spike your hair.
Yes.
Did you guys ever have
But I do have a beard now and handlebar mustache.
Yo, do you know what I was thinking about getting?
Hmm.
A really thick, shave my whole beard and just grow out and dye really dark colors. Soul patch. Really thick one.
I'm working on my Fu Manchu.
Oh god. What do you think, Janaid?
I think that it's a great idea if you want to be single.
No, my wife's a ride or die.
I've been reading this comic lately, and it's like a superhero comic, but the way that they identify this one guy's like superhuman race is that they all have like these handlebar mustaches. So like one of the guys is posing as this elder, and he's just like, here's how I know so much about him, and he takes off his like prosthetic beard to reveal his handlebar mustache. He's like, I was one of them once. It's just like, that's how you identify each other. You all have these stupid handlebar mustaches.
Sounds like pretty fucking. It sounds like little Hitler stashes.
It kinda is kind of what
Pedo
it's going with, but I mean
stashes.
they're like the total handlebar. But it's just so funny because at first I was like, oh, maybe the guy just got lazy when he draws them, because he'll draw like a couple of them and like all the guys have these handlebar mustaches, but then it's like looking at it, he addressed it.
Like, this is how I do it. Holy Lord.
Connor, can you grow a beard?
I'm struggling with it right now. Not really. I can get some shit on my chin, and I'm working on a mustache. That's about it.
Do you want facial hair?
To a
Like
degree.
thicker facial hair?
It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh.
pain.
So Keanu Reeves did a treatment on his face. It's called like an epilator,
I know about that. Yeah.
and it helps fill in the gaps.
That's why he has that like weird squared off beard.
What
Yeah,
does it do?
I mean, it's a little patchy, but it's like tiny little needles that do the same thing that I was talking about earlier, where it just like pokes holes in by your pores, and
Yeah.
it just promotes inflammatory factors and sebum growth, and then that in turn grows facial hair.
Yeah. It's like the concept of like each time you shave it comes back darker and quicker.
I've heard that's not true.
It's mixed.
I've heard that it just makes your hair like a more square shape and it's more uniform in length once you cut it down. So it just seems thicker as it grows back
Yeah,
in.
it's still entirely based off like genetics too. Because I remember there was like all the Hispanic kids in middle school started to get mustaches, and there was one that got it so bad is that we all joked he was an undercover cop because he had like a full mustache at 6th grade.
Jade, you had a pretty thick mustache young, didn't you?
I did. 2nd grade.
Second grade, he says. Jeez, dude.
And I remember
2nd grade, I was being made fun of.
I remember in high school there was a guy that had like really red hair, and he's just like, I pray to God I don't get my father's beard, and he got
The
his
ginger
father's
beard?
beard. Yeah, and it's like the kind that like comes off and then like wraps your cheeks.
Oh, God.
So it's like the total Celtic beard.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So he wouldn't grow any hair on his cheeks. It would like go from his mouth under his cheeks. So it just accentuates like these
Neck.
big puffy cheeks on him.
Kind of grows in like a neck beard.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And he's just like, I would kill just to have something on my cheeks so it doesn't look like I just have two orbs here.
Yeah, you need to have like a little bit of cheekbone beard. I get weird like beard hairs that have been showing up recently, like way up far on my cheek, almost by my nose. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It's just an eyelash that
Yeah,
falls
dude.
and you're like picking at it.
No,
No,
I
it's
got
like-
one that grows in the same spot on like each side.
Weird.
Just like one rogue hair, and it grows at the same speed as all the rest of them.
See, a part of me just wishes I had a little bit more patchy so I would feel better about when I do shave. I actually shave more than just here.
Gotcha.
It's just like, I'll sit down, I'll break out all the stuff to shave, and then I'm done in like 5 minutes because all I did was shave my chin.
Oh, jeez. It's okay.
Yeah, it takes me a good like 20 to 30 minutes to shave. Because I have to do like each and every step. Like wash your face, exfoliate, put the shampoo in the beard, and then put the oil on, and then put the shaving cream on, and then go with the blade. And I usually in the middle of it, because I use like a single blade razor, I have to change the blade because it started dragging. And I'm like at this point, I grow hair between like a half inch away from my eyes. I grow hair there.
Dude, what the
On
fuck?
my cheek. It's gone up, man. Like in the picture I sent, like I had shaved and trimmed it all down.
Okay, I got a question. I don't know if this is true or a rumor, but is there actually something in your face that like promotes that you guys grow big beards?
Dude, I don't know, man. I really don't know like the science behind it.
Well, not
My
even
dad
that. Not
clean
even like.
shaves every single day, but
Okay, so probably not then, because I heard a few times that like for certain Muslims, growing a big beard was like part of their religion, almost like how like the rabbis have those curls, right in the front
yeah.
or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
it is. It's basically like having modesty. It's like the way that some women choose to wear a hijab. Like you don't have to wear it to be Muslim. You don't have to have a beard to be Muslim. You can
Right.
shave it whenever you want.
Yeah, I know I've brought
Like,
it up before.
That's not the thing. I think it's just because we were, yeah. But it'll get thick. But one downside, dude, my nose hairs are thicker than vacuum bristles.
Sell them off to Bissell, dog.
Dude, they're like so thick. So thick that like you could clean something with them.
See, the other thing I feel bad about is my dad got me one of those electric razors when I went to college, and it's like I haven't ever had to use it.
Right.
I like sold it to my roommate for $20 kind of deal because he had more facial hair than I did, which sucked too because he was a freshman at the time when I was like a sophomore.
My brother gets mad because he's like 10 years older than me and I have more beard hair than he does.
Yeah, Justin, you have great beard genes.
I don't understand too because sometimes if my dad lets it go, he's got like the Ranger's beard, and then on like the other side, my mom's brother, if he doesn't shave, he has a 5 o'clock shadow daily.
That'd be so annoying. think the last time I close shaved my face, like with a razor, honestly, was my brother's wedding in 2013, maybe. So.
It's been about 8 years then.
Mm-hmm. Not even.
No, you should definitely do it once a year. Once a year is just for healthy skin.
Yeah. Sounds like more work. Yo,
Dude, you don't get like itchy under your beard or anything like that. You don't get itchy under it and be like, oh, dude, my skin is flaking or anything like that.
Every once in a while, a little bit. Just scratch that shit and I'm on with my life.
Yeah, that's a sign to shave and condition your skin.
Nah, dog. Do you know what?
Yes.
I did finally cave and try, though, dudes, to be honest with you. One day, my wife, like, got out of a bath. I was like, that shit looks comfy as fuck. So I threw, like, a bath bomb and some soap in there and was just laying in the tub for the first time and got out. Was like, holy shit, my skin is so soft and not itchy for the first time in forever. Like, is this why you ladies do it? Like, what fucking information have you been hiding from us?
I can't bathe. Like,
I normally can't either.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, I'm physically too big for most
You're a
bathtubs.
monster.
Yeah.
You
So it's
can't
like
fit.
if I want water to be over my shoulders, I have to like slouch down and my knees are.
How your legs can't even fit in. That's like your whole torso.
No, yeah. Like if my feet are flat, I'm sitting up.
Jesus.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, that does not work for you.
You know what I think about baths? It's like I'm sitting in my own filth.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I had to
After
immediately
the
get at
water
that.
takes it off.
So that's why in Japanese culture, what they'll have you do is because they don't have showers, is that you do like the bucket shower thing,
Right,
and then you get into the bath post shower.
right,
So the bath is more like relaxing after you clean.
right. That's a good idea. Shower first.
Yeah, that's essentially what they do there.
Right. That's a good idea. Alrighty, boys. We're here. We're queer.
We're out of time.
Full of cheer.
From everything to Greek generals to using bath bombs, we're here for your each and every prepared for nothing thought.
One day we'll like talk about the prepared for nothing stuff. I always try to think of something, but it doesn't work out. So.
The prepared for nothing shtick is just us trying to set up half the time.
God damn.
Like I recommend you to all the listeners, if you get discouraged by the first 5 minutes of us trying to set up, just skip ahead. It does get better once we get going.
It does. All right, world. Peace out.
All right, catch you guys.